In this class, let us solve 4 questions from the CBSE question bank. They all deal with the same set of basic conditions, which is at point P, two tangents PT and PS to a circle with center O and radius R. Now let's start with the first question. Here, if OP is 2 times R, then prove that OTS is equal to OST is equal to 30 degrees. Now consider the triangle OST. You have OT is equal to OS. Why is that? Radii of a circle. Then if two sides of a triangle are equal, then their opposite angles are also equal. So these two being equal is very clear. Now let us use the information that is given. We know that OP is equal to 2R. Let us think of a triangle which connects OP and any one of the radii. Take OS or OT, whichever. I will take SOP, triangle SOP. Why are we doing that? We are just using the information that we have here. Now, what about OSP? We know that it is 90 degrees. Why is that? At the point of contact, a tangent and the radius are perpendicular to each other. Now, if OSP is 90 degrees, the hypotenuse is the side of the triangle opposite to it, the side which does not touch it at all, which is what? OP. So that is its hypotenuse. Now, suppose this angle is theta, then can you tell me of a trigonometric function which connects its adjacent side? This is the adjacent side, right? So tell me of a trigonometric function which connects the adjacent side and the hypotenuse, because those are the only two values we know. So tell me which trigonometric function it is. It is cos theta, which is cut and this becomes half. Now the cos function of which angle is half? It is cos 60, right? So that means what? Your theta is 60 degrees. Similarly, if you consider the other triangle here, OTP, that also you follow similar steps and you will see that this is also equal to 60. Now what does that mean? Come back to the original triangle that we started with, which is SOT. We just found out that SOT is 120 degrees. Adding all the three angles of the triangle, we get it is equal to 180 degrees, but these two are same. So I will take them as X, which means what? Each of them is 30 degrees. Now let's move on to the next question. Now we move on to the next question. Here the angle SPT is given as 120 and you have to prove that such a relation holds. Now what sort of a triangle can you think of which will include both of this OP and PS? It will be triangle OPS. Right? Out of it, what all information do you have? You know that OS is R and you know that this one is 90 degrees because a tangent is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. That much you know. You do not know what this individual value is. Together it is 120. Why don't we prove that OPS and OTP are congruent? If they are congruent, then CPCT, these two will be equal. Each one will be half of 120, which means each one will be 60. That will make our life so much easy, right? Is there any way to prove that they are congruent? Of course, yes, by SSS congruency. Why is that? Here OS is equal to OT because they are the radii and OP is the common side, and then we have PT is equal to PS, tangents from the same external point, which means these two triangles are congruent, which means these two angles are same by CPCT, which means each one is half of 120. That means Here we have 60 degrees. Isn't that wonderful? First tell me, where is your hypotenuse? If this is your right angle, then this is your hypotenuse. Now we need a trigonometric function which connects OP and PS. Or in other words, we can look out for something like this. PS by OP. Now for 60 degrees, the angle comes here, right? So PS is its adjacent side. OP is its hypotenuse. Now tell me, which trigonometric function connects these two? It is cos function, which means what? This is equal to half. Now all you have to do is cross multiply. There you have the answer.